Welcome. Hi, everybody. I am Christy-Faith. It is good to see you all today. Hello, everybody. I'm Christy-Faith. It's so good to see you today. Welcome to my live. It is Monday. Can you believe it's Monday again? Welcome, everybody. Come on in. Let me know how you're doing tonight. I would love to know where you're from. First of all, I want to know where you're from and have you started your school year yet if you are a homeschooler. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. It's Christy-Faith. Welcome to my live tonight. Get your beverage of choice. Mine is water tonight. And come on in, everybody. Welcome. Please tell me how you guys have been doing. What state are you in? I would love to know. And have you started your school year yet? I can't wait to hear all the things. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. I am Christy-Faith. I think we're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok this evening. So there we are. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Come on into the live. I'm here to answer any and all questions about homeschooling or education.
Joanna over on Instagram, New Jersey, haven't started yet.
Hi, Joanna.
Josie, first year, first day homeschooling. Barely made it out alive.
Oh my goodness. Okay, my first day homeschooling, I always feel like I have mono. I'm so proud of you. It's her first year and first day.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Hugs. Mwah. Virtual hugs for you. I'm so glad. Okay, so let's debrief. How'd it go? What are you going to change for tomorrow? What did you love about today? How old are your kids? Tell me all the things. I'm here for you. Yay!
Our style from Oklahoma will start next week.
Good. Good.
Cat Mess from Indiana after Labor Day.
After Labor Day. Good.
FBOSIA, Washington, haven't started yet.
Nice. All of our schools, all of our districts finally started as of today. Some started last week, but I think the final district started today. So tomorrow we're going to a museum because we're going to have it all to ourselves, and I'm super pumped. It's like I've been waiting to go to all the fun things with my kids because I don't like crowds. Who else doesn't like crowds? Does anyone else wait till school gets in? We also try to do our family vacation every fall because the weather's wonderful in the fall, crispy, and things are less crowded. And we can. Tell me where you guys are from. Have you started your school year yet? If this is your first year, you are a brand new homeschool mom, like right now or in the next coming weeks, please make yourself known. I want to encourage you tonight.
Rachel says over on Instagram, Florida, yes, slow start, working through CTC math diagnostics.
Oh, good. That's a great way to start. Yeah, I love it.
Josie follows up with, it went well. He's 6, first grade.
Okay.
Tomorrow I'll work on tweaking the schedule.
Awesome. Yeah, and you guys know this already. I think every homeschool expert says this, is to layer it. Start slow, layer in your subjects. We've spent the last week, we haven't started yet, but we spent the last week getting our stuff set up, new programs, new this, new that, getting things on the iPad. I'm hot. We forgot the fan.
Okay.
You guys are going to see me sweat. So that's okay. Do you want to ask our son to go bring it?
Joanna says going to the beach with our co-op the first day of school.
Oh, that's perfect. Going to the beach with your co-op on the first day of school. I love it. That's awesome. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. I am Christy-Faith. I am asking you guys where you're from and if you've started your school year yet. And if you are a newer homeschool mom, please let me know so I can encourage you. Welcome, everybody. It's so good to see you. So we are going, mentioned this earlier, all of the schools are now back in session. So we are going to a museum tomorrow. And we're going to spend the rest of the week playing. And that's it. I think that there's a homeschool program that one of my kids might be a fit, like kind of a last minute fall in the lap type of a program. So I'm actually pretty excited. I'm walking through that open door. That's pretty nice. Oh, look, the fan came pretty fast. So yeah, and I have a birthday this week too. So it's going to be a good week, right, babe?
Oh, yeah.
Welcome, everybody. Okay, so Janelle, starting next year, trying to be prepared with everything I need to know. Good. I'm so glad. Did you get my free homeschool guide? I hope you did. It's 26 pages, and it's free. And then also, did you take the homeschool style quiz? So I want you to do that. And then we can circle back and just come to my lives, watch my content. I have lots of great courses on my website too that you can take ahead of time. My most popular one is the Finding Your Why. Very, very important for you to take. When you're ready.
Pastor 94, first year of homeschooling for me, preschool, that is.
Preschool. I love homeschooling preschool.
FBOFSIA, new homeschooling mom here, pre-K.
Oh, wonderful. I love it. Tell us what you're using to teach your kids to read.
Brittany over on YouTube, 7th year homeschooling
Hi, Brittany.
in Florida, starting Thursday.
Okay, awesome. I love a Thursday start. You know, they say don't start Mondays. You can start whenever you want, but...
Amanda over on Facebook, first year homeschool mom.
All right, Amanda. Yay, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Amanda, how old are your kids? And what style of homeschool?
So how do I get started?
Yes. Oh, someone started today. All right. It's good. I think TikTok finally kicked in the algorithm. Yes. Oh, thank you, user number. I'm glad you enjoyed the Finding Your Why and the fail-safe. Yeah, okay, so I should probably mention the fail-safe homeschool setup. So if you guys haven't planned out your actual year, like your calendar and things like that, it's called the fail-safe homeschool setup. I like it because it's a way to set up your homeschool year where you're building in margin so that this is a sustainable life for you. Like you still have household tasks and you got to schedule in cleaning and things like that. So it comes with like this massive packet, you guys, and how exactly to work your calendar and your schedule to build in days. So this, if you have not scheduled out, like when are your vacations going to be? Have you scheduled in margin days? When are you going to take care of like changing the oil in the car, all the kids' dentist appointments and things like that? Please take that class. Please do. We did it live in July. And so then it's like cut up. I took out people's confidential information and we cut it up and it's now a live course. So please do. I encourage you. Thank you so much. It's a game changer. Who is that? I love you. I'm glad you liked it.
Hack Your Homeschool says, we started today. We slow roll homeschool too.
Nice.
11-year-old, 5 years, and a baby, destroying all the things.
Yeah, 11, 5, and a baby. Girl,
she says,
I love it.
It's so cool, the homeschool fail-safe setup. It took me years of trial and error. I wish I had that.
Yeah. And it took me years to develop a system that actually works. So, because many times I will use a system and then I abandon it immediately or it doesn't work. And the reason why, there's a lot of reasons why plans don't work, but I try to address all of those reasons in that workshop. It is worth every penny. You get that workshop free, and the Finding Your Why, and the 9 homeschooling styles, and the curriculum overwhelm. How do I pick curriculum? All of my workshops, by the way, are free when you are a member of Thrive. You just have access to them, but you don't have to join Thrive. You can just take a workshop and see if you like me, and hardly any risk. So, yes, awesome.
What are the homeschool styles?
There are 9 homeschool styles. Do you want me to list them all? I have them in here. In my How to Homeschool guide, I give you like a very brief overview of the 9 homeschooling styles. But there is classical, Charlotte Mason, traditional, which is basically public school at home, unschooling, interest-led. The list goes on, and I go over those in the download. It's free, by the way. I have quite a few freebies. I have my top curriculum recommendations it's a list of not necessarily stuff that I've used, but the most reputable sources in the space that I consider the most reputable, where you wouldn't be like damaging your kid if you bought those. So I have a low battery. Sorry, I have a low battery. I think I might have frozen right there. It was because I was editing today on my phone.
Jocelyn says she's interested. Where does she get that?
Yeah, on my website and on my link tree. If you're on right now, I'm going to plug in my phone here. If you're on my link tree, I hope this works without me messing things up. Uh-oh. Hang in there, guys. Okay. There. Did we do it?
I think so.
Okay, am I still on? I hope I didn't turn off YouTube and Facebook.
We're good.
Okay. All right. Yes. Hi, welcome everybody. I see a lot of people are coming in. You're relaxed, child interest led with projects thrown in. I tried Charlotte Mason, used some classical things. Yeah. And eclectic is one of the 9 legitimate styles of homeschooling. That is one of them. So I also have a workshop where I go over the reason why it's good not to just know your style. That's great. But it's also good to have some familiarity with the other styles so that you maybe don't end up in the wrong group. Okay? And it's not that getting in a group of a different homeschooling style is bad, but it can be if you're not in like philosophical alignment with a lot of the mamas in there. So that's why I made the workshop on the 9 homeschooling styles. But in that workshop, I not only go over what that style is, but I also give you a list of the top parent reads, so like the experts in the field for that style, and then I give you the top curriculum options for that style too. So it helps when you're buying curriculum, because all curriculum options out there fall into pretty much a category of one of those 9 homeschooling styles. So it helps eliminate when you're shopping, and it could help you avoid a lot of mistakes of buyer's remorse if you buy a curriculum that's in the wrong style.
Vicky over on Instagram. Today
Hi,
was
Vicky.
our first day of homeschool. We have learned so much from you.
Oh, Vicky, yay! I'm so glad you're here tonight. What are your questions? First day of homeschooling, let's give her some taps.
Hack Your Homeschool says, what style are you?
I am eclectic. Yeah.
Julie Blake.
Although I would be interested in the ladies that are on my Zooms, what they feel I am. Because I think that I can, on any given day, I can come off as a certain style, because there's aspects of pieces of every style that I love. But generally those pieces I don't think should be cornered into that particular style. Like, for example, the whole concept of living books was really pioneered by Charlotte Mason homeschoolers, but they don't own living books. We all should be reading our kids living books. So if I'm talking about living books and Charlotte Mason, you're going to think I'm a Charlotte Mason homeschooler. And then if we're talking about why I teach my kids cursive first before manuscript, you're going to think I'm a classical homeschooler.
Yeah. Over on TikTok, I have a 3rd grader.
Welcome.
This is our first year.
Okay.
And it's pretty rocky right now.
Okay, let's talk about it, girl. 3rd grader, first year homeschooling. Okay, what's going on? What program are you using?
Yep. Heather asks, how do you...
I'll be waiting for your comment.
Yeah.
We're going to help you tonight. You guys, I want an opportunity to encourage and help each and every one of you tonight. So I don't care how hard the question is, you ask it, okay?
She says, I'm pretty sure we're doing traditional, and I want to move away. We're using IXL.
You're using IXL. Okay. Take my free homeschool style quiz. It takes 5 minutes. Go take it right now. Come back. I'm going to be here. For a while. And let me know what you came back as. Okay? Yep. Anyone can do that. Take the quiz right now. It takes 5 minutes, the homeschool style quiz, and then come back and tell me your results, because that would help me. Hello. Hi, Stacy. How are you doing? I miss you, girl.
Heather asks, how do you handle screen time?
Me personally, we limit screen time in our home. What we do include in our schools. Do you consider that screen time? I kind of don't. A lot of my kids' math facts, when they practice the automaticity of their math facts, which, by the way, if you are not incorporating, I would say starting early, 1st, 2nd grade, automaticity with the math facts, please do. That is in addition to your math curriculum. So math curriculum, and then depending on your kid's age, my kids are at the age now where they do 20 minutes of math facts a day, and we use a gamified system. But what question am I actually answering? I got on a tangent.
Oh, she said screen time. How do you handle it?
Oh, yeah. So we let our kids watch screens at 5 p.m. If I feel like they have been out, they've read, they've had a great school day, by that time of the day they're all sweaty and they come in, while I'm preparing dinner, I let them do their screens, leisure screens. It also gives Scott and I some time together after work where we can connect. But what I like about doing it at 5 p.m., and I don't know, it's just my family, it's the way our family works, is that there's an end time because I call everybody for dinner. So it doesn't go on and on and on and on. And then we do our dinner cleanup, we bond, it's light outside, so my kid, and when it starts to get dark, this is so cute. Do your kids have the roller skates and the rollerblades with the lights and the wheels? Oh my goodness. My little girlies, they just, watch me, mommy, watch me. So after dinner cleanup, we've been going outside when it's dusk and fighting off the mosquitoes. I have mosquito bites all over, and we watch the wheels light up. So
Janine, you've got a great question. We'll get to
okay, Janine, we'll get to you.
Jessica, I have 3.5-year-old boy, and I don't know where to start.
3.5-year-old boy.
She's on TikTok.
Okay, and you're on TikTok. Hi. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Where to start is grab this is a free guide. It's free. It's 26 pages, How to Homeschool Guide. Also, I would love to come alongside you with my many, many, many moms of preschoolers in Thrive, where we have an entire Zoom dedicated just for you per month, where we meet with the mamas of littles, we call it the littles, and we guide you on how to do preschool, what to do, what do you need to look at when you're reviewing reading curricula, because you can definitely teach a kid to read in a terrible way. We know this, right? We've all listened to Sold a Story. So anyway, yeah, grab that free guide. See what you think, and then let's circle back, and I hope to meet you.
How do I get the guide and the Zoom link?
Everything's in my link tree, but it's also on my website. So whatever social you're on right now, I have it in my bio, or you can go to Christy-Faith.com. Easy. Christy-Faith. My website's -faith, right?
Christy-Faith.
Yeah, everything is -faith. It's funny because on the book, they're like, it almost was no dash. I'm like, no, it's Christy-Faith.
Heather asked, how is your book coming along?
Oh my goodness, Heather. Can we cry in a bowl of brownies together? Let's go out for boba tea so that I can cry and talk about my book. Okay, so it's actually okay. I'm just behind on I got back 4 chapters from the editor, and I have to go through the suggestions. So I just got to get that back. But I'm busy. So, and I keep putting it off. But maybe I'll do that. Oh no, tomorrow we're going to the museum. Wednesday? Maybe? But I got to get that back to the publisher. But it's on, as long as I stay on schedule. The book is on schedule. So if you guys are interested in my book, you can sign up in my link tree to get notified when it is released. Yay, Katie! New here, first year homeschooling starting on Monday. Welcome, Katie! I'm so glad you're here. How can I help you guys?
Sweet Candy Bakes, did you say Math City in addition to the math curriculum?
No. No, I said do a math, oh, I know what you thought you heard. Sorry. Automaticity. Meaning have the math facts automatic in their brain where they're not calculating or counting on their fingers. Really, to have that together and buttoned up by 3rd, 4th grade, it will make a huge difference.
Janine says, do you think kids learn better when delayed in starting?
And what do you mean by delayed?
Delayed in starting?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, delayed could mean that, like, in your mind, are you thinking no schooling until they're 10 or 11 years old? Or are you saying, like, hold them back for kindergarten? Let me know, because I do have opinions on both.
Katie says, my son is 5th grade and he can't focus for long. Any tips?
Go with his focus. Go with what he can do. Find his interests. That is normal for a 5th grade boy. So maybe put him on a bouncy ball, give him frequent breaks, work for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, set one of those visual timers, then go outside, shoot baskets, come back in. Flip up the activities as well. So if you're doing seat work, the next thing, maybe go to the piano practice where that's more physical so that he's not constantly doing seat work all in a row. Those are just a couple of things without not knowing you of strategies that you can do with those kiddos who just are crawling out of their own skin. And we all have those kiddos. So yeah, there's a lot of strategies that you can do. But really, I agree with Charlotte Mason. She says when kids are in elementary school, keep the lessons short. And by short, we're talking 10, 15 minutes. So unless you're doing a curriculum that has good transitions in it, where they're basically doing something different every 10 to 15 minutes, then you can do that. But I'm talking like seat work where they're asked to concentrate for that long period of time. And actually there's been research after Charlotte Mason said this in her volumes that supports what was really just her observation way back then. So keep those lessons short. Hi, everybody. Come on in. Ask me your homeschooling questions or educational questions. I'm here for you tonight.
Janine follows up on the delayed start, waiting till they're 8 to start schooling.
Waiting till they're 8 to start schooling. So that is a popular belief. That is not my belief. I do think kids need to start to have their literacy skills earlier than that. Yep. Now, I'm not against interest-led homeschooling and that type of a thing, but where you're going to find, and I think a lot of it is because of my background of working with a lot of kids who struggled and had special needs, I would hate for you to find out, like, at 8, that your child has dyslexia, for example. So there's a risk to that I think is not necessary per se. There are brilliant people who disagree with me on that. That's fine. My style with particularly math skills and reading skills, and not only reading fluency, but also comprehension, is around 5 if they're ready at 5. They might not be ready at 5. Not all my kids were ready at 5. But at 5, if they're ready. Before that, I do believe in early literacy skills. There is research to support this. Not necessarily learning to read, but early literacy and phonics skills as a play in the preschool years. And then a gentle literacy phonics-based program following an Orton-Gillingham method around age 5 if they're ready. If they're not ready at 5, shelf it. Wait 6 months, wait 3 months, wait 9 months. Open it back up again and see if they're ready. When their brains are ready, they're ready. But the one thing I struggle with, and I think it's because of my background of working with the population of students that struggled so much in school, is I would hate for you to find out that there's something significant going on at such a late age. Just my opinion.
Serena came back after taking the
Serena!
Style Finder. She said, I found it. It's eclectic unit studies. I found my stuff.
Wonderful. Yay, good. Eclectic and unit studies. So now what you can do is when you are Googling or researching on the internet, you can say, I wouldn't necessarily search eclectic because you're going to get everything, but I would select unit studies in your Google searching and then look for curricula that follows under the unit study style.
Yep.
That's exciting.
Chelsea Carpenter asks, do you have any thoughts on Brain Quest schooling books, good or bad?
I don't. I've never used them. I never have. But I can look them up.
Janine?
If you want my professional opinion on them, I can look them up, and if you email me, I can reply after I've taken some time to look them up. Maybe I have some in my bookshelf upstairs.
A shout out just from Chris Marie. Hey, Christy.
Hi.
So live over on Facebook.
Oh, hi.
And Janine follows up with, what do you think about Hooked on Phonics?
Yeah, I really like Hooked on Phonics. It's a phonics-based program, which is what you want. I think it's great.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Oh, I'm interested in starting homeschooling, but my husband really isn't on board yet.
Okay.
What should I do?
Yes, so there's a lot that you can do. I go over this in my book. I have a whole plan when spouses are not on the same page with homeschooling, a couple of highlights from that section of the book are a couple of things. One, really listen, honor his concerns, and don't argue against his concerns, right? Just hear him out. Maybe you guys can write down your concerns. You can equally write down your concerns with traditional schooling. He can write down his concerns with homeschooling. And you have a discussion like, hey, if we come up with a solution where I can adequately satisfy you with a couple of these things, like the kids are going to end up weird. Okay, well, what if I made sure that we were in a co-op once a week, or something like that? The other thing too is that invite families over who are homeschooling that you respect, so that he can see those kids, see how great they are, and ask the parents questions. I have a friend who she actually asked to come over for dinner at my house and bring her husband, and sure enough, he peppered us with questions all about homeschooling, and they are now homeschoolers because he just had a few little hang-ups that he had a hard time getting over. So it's important to hear him out, respect his opinion. And here's the biggest, I think the most helpful piece of advice that I can give you. If you guys decide to homeschool, it doesn't have to be forever. You can say, are you willing to let me give it a stab at this for a year? Because it might not work for me either. How about if we try this a year and we reevaluate at the end of the year? Or we reevaluate at Christmas, depending on his level of concern. And then you guys decide if your family is thriving and how comfortable he is with the idea. So those are just 3 to get you started on the right track.
Denitza's over on Instagram.
Hi, Denitza. Hey, Denitza owns Knowledge Crates. Can you get mine? Oh my goodness! Denitza, I sent you pictures. I think you got them, of the girls doing Knowledge Crates. You guys, these are amazing crates. They're my favorite crates. And I'm kind of a crate junkie. These are by far the best crates. My girls are begging to do these. If you are a mom of a preschooler right now, it's literally preschool in a box where you do not have to buy anything. And they've even made sure that they follow standards for preschool. Not that we really care, but you know what? It's nice to tell the grandparents, oh, I'm following state standards with my homeschool. So, but anyway, these come with a book. The preschool crates are an entire preschool curriculum in a box. You literally don't have to buy anything else. They're an awesome gift for grandparents, because if you have a grandparent who doesn't know what to do with your kids, hey, here's this box. It's literally built-in books and activities. I am so obsessed with the job you guys have done that I am like beyond. My girls beg for the crates. I have a mini box right there. I know. I have the buckets you guys just go to the website. It's called Knowledge Crates. Can someone, hi Masael, just write Knowledge Crates in the comments so that people know what I'm talking about. This is two sweet sisters who just had a dream of making the best crate available. And they are educators and run a learning center. And it kind of started at COVID. They made packages thank you so much, Ashley. They made packages for families during the pandemic, but then they saw this incredible need and how much people loved these. And so they've turned them into, and it's school, you guys. It's hands-on, multi-tactile school. And the kids don't even know they're learning. They're having so much fun. One of my daughters did the dinosaur one, Denitza, and she's now I want to build, because you had them make this little dinosaur world. And I took a picture of it. I don't know if I sent you that picture, but she is asking for to go to Michael's to buy more diorama pieces to make more of a dinosaur world. And what's hilarious is a year ago I threw out all my kids' dinosaur stuff because they weren't playing with it. Oh my goodness. That's a note to self. Before you throw stuff away, put it in a trash bag somewhere first, because then your kids might spark another interest. Anyway.
Kimberly says, I'm getting mine in September. I'm so excited.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. And Thrive members get a really good discount on Knowledge Crates. I think it's 20%. Yeah, 20%. Yeah. So you ladies who are in Thrive, don't buy any curriculum without going to that that secret sheet that has the discounts.
And,
Don't forget about that.
Non-Thrive members get 15. It's
Okay.
Faith 15.
Okay, non-Thrive members, they get 15% off, and the code is Thrive.
No, Faith 15.
Faith? Sorry.
Faith 15.
Sorry, Denitza. Faith 15. If you want 15% off.
Laura says.
By the way, they're not sponsoring this live.
Laura says, is it good for pre-K
Sometimes
as
they
well?
sponsor my lives, but they're not tonight. But yeah.
Laura says, is it good for pre-K as well?
Denitzo, do you want to answer? Is it good for pre-K? Yeah, there's preschool crates. Yes.
And somebody else,
It's
are
wonderful.
the knowledge crates just pre-K?
No, this is the school age. So I have, see how it says school age? There's preschool and school age, and then there's mini crates that are a variety of ages, which they've done a bang-up job on that. And then there's these cute little buckets like to take to restaurants, so you don't have to put a screen in front of your kids. Amazing. I used to spend so much time when my kids were little, like making those busy bags to bring to restaurants, and now there's people like Knowledge Crates who are just making it for us.
Chris Marie over on Facebook says, do you have any recommendations for a new 6-year-old who will be starting kindergarten, has ADHD, and specifically struggles with attention and focus?
Suggestions in terms of curriculum or... I'll wait for your answer. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Amber,
I love the
on
questions
Instagram
tonight, ladies.
says, starting homeschool for the first time this fall. Tips for teaching when you have a toddler and a baby too. It's always chaos.
I know.
Keeping them occupied and happy
I
while
know.
I'm teaching.
I know. When you have a toddler and a baby and you're trying to teach, so I'm getting like, I don't know if it's flashbacks right now or PTSD. Yes. So how did I can tell you how I survived those years. I was very picky about my curriculum choice. I made sure it was open and go. That didn't require me sitting next to my oldest. I did that for sure. I also held the day loosely. What is the oldest one?
The oldest one is toddler
No,
and baby.
toddler baby. Who's the one she's homeschooling?
Probably the toddler.
Oh, it's 2? I thought
Yeah.
there was an older one.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Just a toddler and a baby.
Okay. Yeah. Well, when your kids are that little, homeschooling is short. Go outside, play, answer their questions, and just accept when you look at your big, fat, messy house, rather than say, I'm so overwhelmed, visual clutter really gets to me. I'm so overwhelmed. I want you to reframe that. And I'm actually talking to myself right now. Let's reframe it to, wow, I'm so lucky that I get my kids home with me to make this mess. Really, it's such a blessing that we have the freedom to keep our kids home with us in a safe environment where we can cater to their learning needs and emotional needs too.
Oh, she has a kinder, toddler, and a baby.
Okay, that's what I thought. Kinder, toddler, and baby. So yes, so that kinder, school is very short. If you guys want an idea, I don't know what page it is on here, but I have a chart that says the amount of school hours per day for the age. I can tell you what page. This is free. It's 26 pages. Oh, here it is. It's on page 20. So we're talking like K to 2nd grade, like an hour a day. Here's the chart on there. It's on page 20. So, and that hour does not take place all at the same time. No. So like when one of the babies is napping, that you can slip in a 10-minute lesson. And then when they're busy, and you know what? I'm not against a little screen time to buy you 10 or 15 minutes. So you just do what you got to do, really, in those years. And rest assured, ladies, the younger years, I think, are logistically the hardest to homeschool. And the reason why is we're juggling a lot, but they're also too young to clean up after themselves. So I remember Scott was traveling. I had kindergartner, twins, and a baby, and Scott was traveling, and I remember I would be so exhausted. I would finally get them to bed. I would walk downstairs to this massive mess, and then I would be doing dishes and cleaning up until 10, 11 at night. Those were super hard years, but now that I look back, though it was so short. It was so hard in the time, and quite frankly, sometimes it was really depressing. And I couldn't use my gifts and talents like by mentoring you guys at that time either, because my days were just so overwhelming. But there does come a day where your kids can start to do little chores and then more chores and then more chores and help around the house and clean up after themselves. And they're going to get to a point where they can pull out their own lesson and start their own lesson by themselves. And it's not that far away. So just keep that in mind. Don't think that, oh my goodness, this is like a wasted year because my kid's going to be behind now in kindergarten because I have the little ones at home. It does not work like that. It does not work like that at all.
Lauren says, same boat, Amber. Oldest is kinder, a 2 and a 3.
Yes.
Olivia says, I need to hear this. Seriously said, it's been overwhelming.
Yes. And you guys remember that in Thrive, we have a Zoom dedicated just to you guys. And this is why I did it. We need really special support in these years where we have little ones. We have a Zoom that we call Littles, which is preschool to 2nd grade. Then we have a Zoom just for teens. We have a Zoom for elementary, and then we have nighttime Zooms for those mamas who work or can't make the other Zooms. We have nighttime Zooms for all ages. So we really make sure that you guys have what you need in Thrive. And a mom who's homeschooling teenagers doesn't need to listen to us talk for a half an hour on pencil grip, right? So that's why we split it up. It was such a good decision to split it up, and you can all become friends with one another because you're showing up on the same Zooms, you're getting to know each other, and it's a really special place. So if you're feeling alone at all, that you don't have support, or you're scared to make the wrong decisions academically for your kid or emotionally, or even struggling with anything with your parenting, I have a certified parenting expert as one of the mentors in Thrive. Please consider joining.
Yeah, Kay says, I'm so glad I found you.
Yes.
I'm so overwhelmed.
Kay, don't be overwhelmed. No, at all. And this is what we do in Thrive. We support each other. You ask your questions in the threads and people answer your questions. It's such a great community. It's non-sectarian. We welcome everybody. So it's not a religious group and it's not a secular group. And everyone does feel comfortable. We have atheists. We have Muslims, we have people of the Jewish tradition, we have Christians, we have everybody in the group.
Destiny says, amen, the encouragement was real.
Yes.
Radiant Ritual says, I feel seen.
Oh, I'm so glad! Radiant Rituals. Yeah, just be encouraged, ladies. You really can't, the fact that you're even on this, you stopped on this live right now means you're not going to mess up. You actually care, right? You're not doing educational neglect. So if all that you can get in the day is reading out loud to your kiddo and getting a 5-minute phonics lesson in, that's awesome. That's great. Don't worry about it. Maybe some of you need to find another homeschool family that has maybe an older child who can do a mommy's helper day for really, really cheap. The thing is when you tap into the homeschool community, those kids are available during the day. They're not at school, and they love to earn extra money. And so I can't tell you how many tween girls are available for you just to come over and entertain your 2 little ones so you can get some lessons in. So there's all sorts of resources available to you.
Kathy says, I just joined the live, and I'm in that exact spot. Thank you. I needed to hear that.
Yes, Kathy.
Amanda says, this is on Facebook, I needed to hear that as well. 2 toddlers and 5 months, pregnant with our 3rd boy. This is why I'm so glad I found you.
Yes.
And then Amanda. Okay.
All right, Amanda.
You got a long question.
This isn't Amanda in Thrive, is it?
Amanda from, I don't think
Okay, so. No. Because I would tell you, just ask me in the DMs.
We're coming, Amanda.
Okay, we're coming.
Get back to Chris Marie. She followed up with suggestions on the struggle with attention and focus.
Okay, suggestions on the struggle with attention and focus.
Yeah.
So,
this is a 6-year-old starting kindergarten with ADHD.
Okay, a 6-year-old starting kindergarten with ADHD. All right. So there's lots of things that you can do without reading the learning profile. It's a little hard for me to make suggestions. But I think the most important piece of advice that I can give you for any child who has any special needs is find out what they love and what they are interested in and lean into that. Just lean into it. See how far you can go with that particular talent and interest. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't do our book work. We still have a responsibility to do our book work, right? So I would keep the lessons short, keep them in spurts, reward him not for completing a task, and do not reward him for getting any answers right. Don't do that. Reward him for trying his best for the time that you think is appropriate. And you can even get one of those visual timers. You guys know how I feel about the visual timers, okay? So if right now he can last 5 minutes, say, you know what? I'm going to sit with you right here. I'm going to be right next to you. Eventually, you don't want to be right next to him. But for right now, yes, and say, I just want you to try your absolute best for 5 minutes, and then we're going to go outside and shoot some baskets. So frequent breaks are great. See if he does better with noise. Like white noise, it's very hard for me to, without reading the diagnostic results and or an IEP or the report from an educational psychologist, it's hard to see, like, okay, is there working memory deficits? What exactly is going on? But in general, the other thing that's super important for kids who have executive functioning problems, which is very ADHD, is he might need scaffolding. So, like structure to his day. Okay, we're going to do these 3 things today, and then make it a list that he can check off. And then when he has to tackle, like, say, a math problem that maybe requires a few steps, write out those steps, and then reward him doing the steps rather than the math problem, because that is what will help him learn it better, and he has control over the process. So, okay. That was a lot.
Yeah. Leanna said, I love this guilt-free approach. I was one of those homeschool babies back in the 90s.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait for my girls to get old enough and earn some extra cash being mommy's helpers everywhere. Totally. We can school in the afternoon when they're home, and they can, they can bless a mom who's struggling and drowning.
Gina Perez says,
hi, Gina.
Kay says, I took your quiz. And eclectic homeschool is best for us. Do you have recommendations?
So eclectic means that you like all the styles. So what that means is that for math, you might choose this one, this one style. For history, you might want a living book approach. But for science, you might want a textbook approach. Or for another subject, you might want a unit study approach. So it's not that there's there are curricula that say we're for the eclectic homeschooler, but I have a free download that's curriculum recommendations, so grab that, it's free. I have a couple free downloads, you guys. I have the curriculum recommendations. I have How to Homeschool Guide for those of you who are new. I even go over loop scheduling in there, so if you're curious about loop scheduling, go ahead and download that free guide, even if you're not a new homeschooler, but loop scheduling is something new to you. And then I have some recommended books that my kids have loved. And what's the other download? Oh yeah, and the free 5-minute homeschool style finder. So I have a lot of free resources for you guys.
Amanda over on Facebook. Okay, let's follow up with it. Here we go.
Okay, Amanda.
Grace will be 5, Ethan 4. My boys are nonverbal special needs. My homeschool style is Montessori and unschooled.
Okay.
I use your 5-minute style quiz.
Okay.
That was a huge help. Having 2 boys with special needs has a lot of challenges, but I do believe homeschooling is the best for my boys. My husband and I have tried public for our oldest son, and it wasn't a great experience.
Okay.
I've been following you for a while, and I enjoy the knowledge and insight you bring to the table about homeschooling. Waiting anxiously for your detailed video about special needs children in public school?
I posted it tonight. Yes. Did you see it yet? It's long. I posted it tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there it is.
Oh, was that the question?
Yeah. I guess
Oh.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's commenting, but
Yay! Yes, I posted it tonight. So if you guys take my 9 homeschooling styles workshop, I have this handout that goes with the workshop that goes through, here, it's right here, each of the styles and the top parent reads for each style, and then also the top curricula options for that style. So that is a great, for those of you who are kind of not sure where you stand, new to it. So eclectic on here, you can look at, someone can write these down because someone was asking about eclectic. You can look at Blossom and Root, Moving Beyond the Page, My Father's World, and then really anything else that suits your fancy.
Mrs. Blessing says, I would love to homeschool my kiddos ages 8 and 11, but I have to work to help support my family. Do you have any suggestions?
Do you work in the home?
Or could you make homeschooling work as a full-time mama?
Yeah, so I work full-time, but I work out of the home. Do you work out of your home? And they're 8, she said they're 8 and 11. There's definitely doable things, especially if you have a flexible job. Because by 8 and 11, you can be very picky about your curriculum choices. You can make sure that you're only buying open and go. You can do a mixture of open and go curriculum with online classes, both live and then maybe a program like CTC Math that is online lessons. And it does all the grading for you. So a working mom, that's how we do it. We're picky about our curriculum choices and we make sure our kids are set up for independence. And your kids are at the age where you could probably do it if you have a flexible job.
We got to wrap pretty soon here, but over on TikTok.
Ask your questions because we're going to go soon.
Carolyn, we're going to get to you, but first, Alexa, I'm feeling discouraged. My 6.5-year-old isn't interested in work. We were using the Good and the Beautiful, but she hates it.
She hates the Good and the Beautiful. Okay. I have more questions than answers. Like, I want to know why she hates it. Do you suspect any learning challenges going on? Is there perfectionistic tendencies? I have more questions.
While we wait for some
Which,
of those,
this is what we do in office hours, by the way.
She just isn't interested in the book work.
Okay, she doesn't like worksheets, so you want to try to find curriculum that is not worksheet heavy, that's more activity based. Does she like being read to? That would be a great option. So maybe you go with some living book curricula options if she doesn't like sitting down and doing the seat work. But some seat work is unavoidable, so I would reward her for doing that. Like, wow, I know you really don't enjoy those worksheets, but I'm so proud of you. And, it's really important that we do these for your future, and I appreciate your best effort. Let's go celebrate, with something. So
yeah, she's 6.5.
Okay, and she's young. She's young. She's 6.5. But when they're 6.5 and they're resisting their work, I really want to know why. Because it's not like the Good and the Beautiful is an awful curriculum. It's not. And it's not a super, out of all the ones I could choose, it's not even the most boring. So I would really I have more questions than answers.
Carolyn said. Carolyn said, tips for homeschooling when the parent has ADHD. Yeah, when the parent has habits, my biggest tip is habit stacking. Seriously, it has saved my patootie. Habit stacking. So you guys know what that is from Atomic Habits, but and know your strengths and know your weaknesses, and it's not a failure if you outsource those areas that are weak for you. I outsource math. Starting 4th grade, I don't teach math anymore. I don't have to. I don't really want to relearn it. I trust the program that I use, and so that's that. So that's what you can do as well. Amy wants to know why she should use CTC Math. Oh, Amy. Yeah, well, I love CTC Math. Again, they're not sponsoring tonight's live. They sometimes sponsor. Was someone supposed to sponsor tonight's live? Okay. Let's talk about CTC Math. Who's using it? Because I am. So the reason why I like CTC Math is that it is mastery based. That is very important to me. I do not like spiral math. You can argue with me. You can disagree with me. I don't care. It'll take a lot to change my mind. We taught kids math for years and years and years. We do not feel, our professional opinion is that a mastery-based program is the most appropriate for kids with their growing brains. Now, that does not mean that we're not doing review. A lot of people think if you have a mastery-based program, you're not doing review. That's not true. We're doing mixed reviews all the time. But it's just not a little bit of the confusing spiral method that I'm not super sold on. Okay, so there's that. So it's CTC Math is a mastery-based curriculum. The lessons are online. The exercises are online. The teaching is stellar, amazing.
Your kid can gain mastery, and it's also gamified, like things pop on the screen to celebrate. You can also go in and find all of your kids' holes. They have these diagnostic tests where you can know exactly the areas that they are weaker in, and then you can target those specific areas, which that is what we did last year when we transitioned to CTC Math. Is first we found the holes, we taught to the holes, filled all of those gaps, and now we're starting this year nice and fresh. So it's been a wonderful experience for us. Completely outsourced. All the grading is done for you. All of the diagnostics are done for you. And the teaching is stellar, so I have not compromised any academics. And I have, that time to check my email or work with some of my other kids while one of my kids is on the CTC Math program. So it's been a blessing for our family. The other great thing you need to know about CTC Math is family-friendly pricing. They are so nice to homeschooling families. They know it's not one, it's 3 or 4. And so they're great that way. Also, when you join the program, you have access to all the grade levels. That's so helpful because if your kid's struggling in something, you might need to go back a grade level or two to get to where they were understanding it and then build your way back up to where they are now. And you can do that really quickly. But with other math programs, you have to buy separate years or go on Pinterest to try to find worksheets and all of that. No, you don't have to do it with CTC. I love that they did it that way. The last thing I'll say about CTC is that the program is adaptive. So it moves with your kid. It reads your kid as he or she is going through the program and adapts the questions as they are moving through. It's smart. It's great. I love it. I really do. I really do love it. So
Go ahead.
Anybody else using it?
Rachel, she says, I'm using it for the first time and we love it.
Yeah, I love it too. Yep.
CJ's been patient. We got to go.
Okay, CJ, let's go.
We need a language arts program like CTC Math, one that teaches for us. Do you know of one?
I would have to say go start looking at live online classes. You could look at videos for IEW. You could look at online. Memoria. Look at Memoria might be an option. Scholé Academy might be an option. But there isn't a program that I know of like CTC that does it in that particular way. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys, that's it. This week, I'm excited. We have a big thing coming on Wednesday on social media, so stay tuned.
Julie says hi over on Facebook or on YouTube.
Hi. Julie does?
Blakeman, yeah.
Oh, hi, Julie. Let's see what's going on this week before I go. Not much. The week after, so the following week, not this week, we have office hours, which I would love to get to know you in there. Don't forget, I have an amazing workshop, Finding Your Why. I have the fail-safe homeschool setup. If you have not set up your schedule for the year, that's a great class to take too. I have so many resources for you. I have a lot of free resources for you. So get to know me that way. Get to know me with all my free stuff first. Email me, get to know me, and then hopefully I'll be able to see you sometime on one of our Zooms or one of our book club parties or something. All right?
Where do you find your stuff?
All my stuff is in my link tree or on Christy-Faith.com. Christy-Faith.com. And my picture's right there, so you'll recognize me. You'll be in the right place. Okay, we have to get our girls from their musical theater program because, they're not socialized. Okay, love you. Bye, everybody.